Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be talking about Benjamin St. Juste and how the Washington Commanders need to make a move at cornerback, taking him out of the starting lineup. He's been there for way too long and he continues to be one of the main reasons we lose games. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well, and comment down below what trio of cornerbacks you want to see, obviously once Lattimore gets back on, or gets on the field. And also make sure you guys check out BetUS. So if you watched the game, you saw what happened yesterday. Benjamin St. Juste did not have a good game. I mean, he had a 15 yard PI penalty on the first possession or second possession of the game. That was bad. He also, it was a really nice catch by Pickens, but he allowed a long, I think it was like a 26-yard catch by Pickens on that play. Probably allowed some other catches as well. And then obviously the dagger, the touchdown to Mike Williams, who's not a speedster, who hasn't ran that route one time, he said. One time with the Steelers and in practice at all. He just ran what was called, and St. Juste gave him like 10, 15 yards of cushion. Didn't matter. He got cooked. Wasn't even close. Mike Williams comes down with the catch. And Mike Williams, he's not slow, but he's not quick. I mean, he's 6'4". He's getting up there. He's like 30 years old, so he's not super quick. Just came off an ACL injury. And Benjamin St. Juste got beat with a 10, 15-yard head start. That is absolutely pathetic, and allowed a touchdown there. If that doesn't happen, probably win the game. And other plays too that contributed to this game. And it's not just this game, it's almost every single game he does something. I thought the game against the Giants was fine. I mean, you're going up against Malik Neighbors, allowed some plays, but it is what it is. The week before that though, had the PI at the end of the game that basically got them the touchdown. I mean, every week basically it's something, and it just gets really, really frustrating. And it's nothing against him personally. It's just as a player, he is not good. He is not good. He's not a number one corner. He's not a number two corner. At this point, he's not a number three corner, because people are like, oh, he's been put in a bad spot. He's the number one corner. He was going up against Mike Williams. Mike Williams is not a number one receiver in this league. He's not a number two. I don't even know if he's a three. I mean, with the Jets, he wasn't. So if you're getting cooked by him, it doesn't matter what position you're playing. If you're cornerback 1, cornerback 2, or cornerback 3. It's just, it was not pretty at all by Benjamin St. Juste in that game. And he was a reason why they lost the game. And they need to make a move. And again, it's nothing against him personally, but and I know some people are going to be like, oh, you shouldn't be criticizing him too much. He's getting paid millions. I'm not criticizing him personally, just about the player. He's not been playing well. The Commanders need to make a move. And, the celebrations, he hasn't been doing them recently, but those also get on my nerves a little bit. But let's get into it and just go over some other stuff. So, Sainer still, when we traded for Lattimore, a lot of people were like, me included, were like, okay, we can move Sainer still back inside. But St. Juste has been really bad, and Sainer still, honestly, he's been very, very good as of late. I thought he had an amazing game against the against the Steelers yesterday. Obviously, I didn't watch the film, but he had some nice plays, didn't allow a lot of big plays, just overall had a good game. Blew up some plays in the run game, and overall had good coverage. He did allow a first down to Pickens that I remember, but he made the tackle right away. So I would be fine sticking with him on the outside, Lattimore on the other side, and then Noah Igbenogany in the slot. Noah Igbenogany has not been bad. He did allow a touchdown to Pickens, but that was good coverage, and Pickens just kind of dove and made himself open. That was unfortunate for Noah Igbenogany, but I would say start him in the slot, keep Sainer still on the outside, and Lattimore on the outside as well. Sainer still has been good on the outside. He wasn't doing too hot in the slot, and obviously things have probably changed now that he's developed a little bit more, but still keep him on the outside, have Lattimore on the other side, and then Noah Igbenogany in the slot, and then Benjamin St-Juste as that fourth corner. Do not have him on the field at all. That is at least my opinion on the situation. But real quick, a word from today's sponsor. And a huge shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. If you use my code YouTube150, you get a 150% sign up bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000. There's a bunch of different sporting events going on. The NBA has started. There's a bunch of games on for that. You got Monday Night Football today. Dolphins versus the Los Angeles Rams. So you can bet on that. There's hockey going on. There's college football, college basketball just started up. So a bunch of different things you can bet on. They got the fastest payouts in the industry. So make sure you guys go ahead and check them out. The line for the Commanders versus Eagles game is already out. We'll talk about that later this week, but make sure you guys check them out and bet responsibly. All right, so back into the video, and again, a huge shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. And yeah, let's just talk about the Benjamin St-Juste situation, what they're gonna do with him, and then also some other thoughts from the game yesterday after about close to 24 hours. So yeah, Benjamin St-Juste not been good. He's been a reason why they have been losing some of these games, getting cooked all the time. I mean, the Ravens game he got cooked, the Bucs game got cooked. I believe he allowed 2 touchdowns or at least 1 touchdown in that game. So I think moving him to the bench is the right option. Have him as that fourth cornerback if someone does get hurt. Hopefully it doesn't happen, knock on wood. But if someone does happen, you can bring him in, and that's fine. But I don't want to have him out there anymore. And I think, hopefully this is the last season he's on the squad. Marshon Lattimore has been lights out this year, has allowed 83 yards, 8 catches on 14 targets, 257 snaps. So 257 coverage snaps, and he's only gotten targeted 14 times, and 0 touchdowns, of course. The amount of yesterday alone, Benjamin St-Juste gave up a touchdown to Mike Williams, and then had a PI the week before, or 2 weeks before, against the Bears that, basically was a touchdown. Doesn't count as a touchdown on the stat sheet, but it really was a touchdown. And just hasn't been good. So many PIs. I believe he has 6 on the year, 5, 6 on the year, which is that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, Mike Sanders still has maybe 1. I don't know, not a lot. And he's always been handsy, Benjamin St-Juste. But when you're handsy and you're bad, that's a very bad combo. And he just has not been good for the Commanders. Some other thoughts from the game. Jaden Daniels, I stick with my opinion. I don't think that was one of his better games. I think that was probably his worst, if not second or third worst game of the year. And I think, not on YouTube, but on Twitter, I think a lot of people are coming at me saying I was saying he had a terrible game. Just because I said he had his worst game, that doesn't mean he played terrible. I mean, he's had he hasn't had one bad game, I would say, before this one, and this one wasn't even that bad. The receivers and the offensive line weren't really helping me. Sorry, still a little bit sick, but he didn't have a great game. He did miss some throws. He did take some sacks. The offensive line was not helping him out, and the receivers were dropping some passes too. But he wasn't making the usual Jaden Daniels special plays all the time. He did make some, and some that either his receiver didn't help him out or it got called back. It is what it is. I think it's still, for this, in my opinion, it was his worst game. For that to be his worst game and it wasn't even that bad shows how good he has been this year. And he still had a touchdown drop by De'Ami Brown, a pass dropped by Luke McCaffrey, by Noah Brown, by who else? Zach Ertz. So his receivers weren't helping him out. He didn't play, it was like a game by Jaden Daniels. But I still think probably his worst game. And that honestly, that's crazy. That was his worst game, and it wasn't even that bad. He wasn't the reason they lost the game. There was 5, 6, 7 other things before you get to Jaden Daniels. I mean, you can go to Benjamin St-Juste as one. The drops as one. Zach Ertz not being able to get half a yard more. I mean, he just went down. And I think he was close. He definitely was closer than the spot. But yeah, he was definitely closer than the spot, but still, you got to get another yard. You know the situation. Put your body on the line. Yeah, he was, and he had a drop to Johnny Newton, that penalty. I know people are like, chill on him. I mean, I didn't even really say anything crazy on the video, but I'm just saying in general on Twitter, some people are going at him and people are telling him to chill. And that's fine. He wasn't the reason we lost the game, but he was partially a reason why. Because if we hold them there and don't jump, they punt, we have the ball back, and I would say close to a 50% chance of scoring, maybe like a 40% chance. And if we score there, we win the game because of a field goal. So, it was part of the reason they lost. The drops, Diami, it didn't really end up mattering, that touchdown drop, but still, you can't do that. The Luke McCaffrey miss was bad. The, Luke McCaffrey drop, the Noah Brown drop, the Zach Ertz drop was really, really bad. And some of the penalties, it wasn't a great day by the Commanders. Zacchaeus, why? That's one of the top reasons, if not the top reason, besides St. Juste. The fumble there was really, really bad. So Dan Quinn said he's going to continue to be the returner. I don't know if that's the right decision. We'll see what happens there. Dante Fowler is a stud, 2 sacks. I mean, he's been having a great, great year for the Commanders. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace. Check out BetUS, by the way. Peace.